Hey guys, it's Mara. I'm back with another video, and this is the long-awaited video. I have kept you guys on your toes, begging for this video since the video where I exposed my high school, and I purposely left this story out because I knew it needed a whole other story time on its own. No, this is not clickbait. This is something you would see on Degrassi. Like, this is not something that happens in real life. I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting anymore, and I'm just gonna start telling the story. For privacy purposes, I'm gonna call her Mrs./Miss/Coach Brown. Now, I personally never had her as a teacher, but she was a teacher at her school. But other than that, this is not clickbait, so don't even hate on me. Miss Brown taught an AP Human Geography class, which is a class that freshmen take, and then she taught a class that seniors take. So a lot of my friends had her when they were freshmen, and a lot of my friends had her this year when they were seniors and when all of this ish went down. She was a very kind lady. She was very young, very pretty, and she was the volleyball coach. And something about our school is that we have incredible athletics. I mean, except for our football team, but other than that, we had really, really great athletics. Almost every year we won a state championship in some sport. Volleyball was one of our best athletic teams, and they won a state championship my junior year, and they've just been going to like the state finals for like almost every year pretty much. So they are a very, very good team, and it is thanks to Coach Brown, the head coach of the volleyball team. And another thing about this lady is she was also the teacher sponsor for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Club for our school, which is like a little like church service thing that they would do Friday mornings before school. So she not only was a very accredited volleyball coach, but she was also the teacher sponsor for a Christian-based club. So she's not the person you'd think would do this. Literally anyone who had her could say pretty much that she was such a nice teacher, such a nice person. All the girls on the volleyball team loved her, and even if you didn't have her as a teacher, she would always just put a smile on your face. I'm saying like in past tense because I really don't know the state of her life right now. Like, I couldn't tell you, but she had a husband, she had kids. I promise I'll get to the story, but like this context is just so important and it just makes the story so much better. Our Sources of Strength club at school, so basically like the people who promote like suicide prevention, mental health awareness, stuff like that. So every year we would do a thing where everyone could vote in a trusted adult. So a teacher or staff member or something who the students felt like they could trust and come to and talk to about whatever. And Miss Brown was consistently voted one of the most trusted adults at my high school. So just context, okay? But the one thing that was a little suspicious, but no one even thought about because she, again, was just such an incredible person, there was always like talk that she was a little too flirty with some of the boys. I would see her walking in the hallway with like some boys on like the football team, and it was always like the football team, the lacrosse team, the baseball team, just like the athletic male students, like she would tend to gravitate towards a little more. And people who had her like as a teacher, they would say that she tended to favor the athletic boys, the jocks, over really anyone else. So people would always kind of say like she's a little flirty with the students, but again, no one thought about it just because she's so nice. So it happened February of my senior year, which was this past February. In February, our school district has like this week-long break for some reason. So we got out of school that last Friday, and then on Monday, the first day like we didn't have school, I went over to a friend's house after work, and then I get a text from my friend Caitlin saying, "My sister just said that Miss Brown's nudes leaked. Have you heard about this?" I was like, literally, what are you talking about? That has not happened. Like, that's definitely a rumor. That's not true. And she was like, okay, I don't know, but just my sister's saying that. And I was like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't heard anything. By the end of the night, so it's me, my friend Viddy, and my friend Cole. Viddy just starts dying laughing, and she's looking at her phone and she's dying laughing, and she shows me her phone. I'm not going to show you the picture because that's just like actually probably illegal, but it is a picture. So it's a mirror selfie, okay? And I'm gonna recreate it for you. She's sitting on her bathroom counter and she is facing like the opposite direction. So her butt is facing the mirror, okay? And she's turned towards the camera, half of her face is showing, and she's holding her phone. And she's wearing this schoolgirl skirt. And it's like pulled up past her butt cheeks. And she's taking the picture. And just her, like the bottom part of her butt is just out of the skirt. And at first when I see that picture, I'm like, wait, why is that so funny? I thought she was gonna show me like a meme or something that like her friends were talking about. Viddy's like on the floor laughing. And I'm like, wait, why is this funny? Like, I don't understand. And then Viddy looks at me and goes, that's Miss Brown. Look at the face. And I look and it is Miss Brown. I knew because like she's got a very specific like nose shape. It's not like big or anything, but it's like a particularly like flat, I want to say. She dyed her hair blonde, but you know how like that was kind of a trend where like you dye your hair blonde and now like most people are just like letting their brown hair grow back out. Her hair, like the brown and the blonde, were like in the same place. So it's like that combined with the nose. The picture was a Snapchat and it had a caption. I don't remember what it said. I think it was like last one for tonight or something. And it was like a picture of the Snapchat, you know? So like you couldn't see that, like you screenshotted it. You all have done it. You petty people have done that. And so that's why I was confused at first because it was a very low quality picture. So I was like, maybe it's just someone who looks like her and people are just gonna start spreading rumors and saying stuff. But no, like that was Miss Brown. As the week progresses, and keep in mind, we're not in school, more and more people are talking about this and the picture is getting spread and people are like making like TikToks and like memes about it. By Wednesday, everyone knows about this. Over the break where everyone was finding all of this stuff out about her and like when her news were getting sent everywhere, she was at Disney World with her family and her kids. Like, I just can't even imagine what that trip must have been like. I want to say on that Wednesday night, an email got sent out to the whole school. It was from our principal and it was saying like, there's been a lot of rumors going around about a particular teacher at our school doing some inappropriate actions, and we just want to let you know that this teacher has resigned from the school and no criminal investigation is happening. I don't know why they said that, but they said something about how no one was pressing charges or anything. I don't know if that made it better or worse because, I mean, she didn't really have a chance to defend herself, but I mean, at the same time, like nudes from a teacher somehow getting to a student is really just inexcusable. So now I'm gonna kind of talk about some of the rumors that sparked because of this. The first rumor that I heard was that some students somehow hacked into her Snapchat or her phone or something and like found maybe stuff she was sending to her husband. And if that was the case, honestly, I would feel so bad because do whatever you want behind closed doors. Like that is your private life, and having a bunch of kids like violate your intimate conversations with your husband, like that would just be so humiliating and horrible. The thing is I don't think that's what happened, because the other rumor was that she was Snapchatting some boys on the baseball team. And I'm not going to say names or anything, but there was speculation that she was sending them to one of them who was 18. So I'm guessing that's why they said no criminal charges or anything was happening. But then someone else said that she was sending them to a 17-year-old, which I think that would have been a different story. But I think that's honestly what happened because one, she had a history of flirting with the students and favoring jocks over the other students. And I also heard another story that once one of her students had graduated, she like added him on Snapchat and like was asking to like talk with him and just being very inappropriate. And I've heard a few people say that exact same story, so I'm honestly not surprised if that's true. But again, these are all rumors. None of this is set in stone. I don't want to get in trouble for spreading false information. So as far as I know, these are all just rumors. Fast forward to the Monday we go back to school after this break. I had to actually go to school early that day because of a chorus thing. We were rehearsing for a show that never happened because of COVID, but it's fine. I'm fine. We were going to rehearse inside of the theater, but then there was a teacher sitting in there, and when we asked if we could go in, they said that there was a staff meeting that was going to happen in there, so we couldn't go. So we were rehearsing outside of the theater, and then all of a sudden, like 7:45 a.m. hits, and like all the teachers are walking into this theater. 20-30 minutes pass, and the teachers like start leaving, and some of them are like crying, some of them are upset. Like, it is a weird sight to see. Apparently, in the staff meeting, the teachers were told that they had to treat this situation like it was a death because we were never gonna see or have any contact with Miss Brown ever again. And that, I just don't even know how to feel about it. Like, imagine messing up so bad that you get fired or resign from your job and they literally just have to act like you're dead. Like, so that happened, and then rehearsal ended and we had to walk to our classes, and in front of every classroom is like the classroom number and then which teacher is teaching in that classroom. And the classroom that Miss Brown taught in, like, her name had already been snatched off the wall. Like, she did not have a place at that school anymore. She taught a senior class, which was a class that I was taking, but I mean, I just didn't have her as a teacher. But that day in that specific class, we just like watched a movie because even though we had a different teacher, like all the teachers who teach that subject collaborate on everything and they do kind of everything at the same pace. My teacher was like, yeah, we're just gonna chill today. Apparently in Miss Brown's classroom, like the principal was in there teaching, the athletic director was in there, and then there was a substitute teacher, and it was just crazy. And apparently the volleyball team had a meeting with the athletic director. They didn't even talk about like the situation. They didn't like ask them if like the girls were okay or how they were feeling about it. They were literally just asking the volleyball girls what teachers they think could be a good replacement volleyball coach. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what I remember. Later that day, in my last class of the day, I walk into my class and the guy sitting across from me, he's on the baseball team, okay? He had a sweatshirt on, and then he was like, he made like a whole scene about it. He was like, man, it's getting kind of hot in here. And he takes off his sweatshirt and he has a volleyball shirt on. I thought it was so funny. I literally was laughing so hard, but my teacher was like, put your sweatshirt back on. That is not funny. That's not funny at all. This is actually really sad what happened. It was literally all anyone in our school could talk about for at least 2 weeks. Eventually, like, we just kind of like moved on and pretended like it never happened. And then a month later, we all like got out of school because of everything going on. I can't even imagine what it must have been like to have her as a teacher, or literally put like, students would put Miss Brown on a pedestal. Like, they loved her. And the fact that a teacher like that could do something so frowned upon, that must have felt like a betrayal to those students who loved her so much. That's about it for the story. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a different perspective on the story, if you went to my school or anything and you have something you want to say, make sure you comment it in the comment section, but please just try to leave out her name because I don't want to get in trouble. Respect her privacy, even though she clearly doesn't care about her privacy. Please like this video and subscribe and share with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video.